Hey friends, Diane here. Just wanted to reach out to you really quick and just realized I have my shirt on backwards. But anyway, so I'm here at my apartment today and I just wanted to make another video here really fast and say hello to you and thank you so much for all the prayers and everything that everyone's giving me. I did want to tell you a little bit about myself. Those of you that don't know me, is that I grew up in a family. I'm the baby of 6 kids, and my mama was a super duper amazing person that taught us how to love God and love people, right? And so we grew up playing sports and all that kind of stuff. A lot of you I know from that situation, from playing sports. And I was a gymnast and very proud of that. My papa said I could go to the Olympics one day, and so that was my goal, is always to do that, right? Went to high school, grade school with some of you guys, and I went on to learn about mortgage banking. I had my daughter when I was 7, got pregnant when I was 17 and 18 when I had her, and raised her as a mom and a dad, and did a really best job that I could, I love her very much. And so as you've seen from some of the videos, well, first of all, then I went on to learn the mortgage banking industry at a very young age. I was out in Los Angeles at Great Western Bank, and someone believed in me, older man believed in me, and gave me an opportunity to learn the business. And so I spent a great chunk of time, 25 years, doing mortgage banking. So I'm not necessarily just somebody that a menace to society type of person, right? That requires background, ethics, credit, all of these things. So I spent a great deal of my life living in that situation, right? So where I find myself today is really an unfortunate situation, right? My daughter's going to have me committed, right? My daughter believes that I harmed, my daughter and my son-in-law believe that I harmed my grandbaby. And this is an accusation that probably went on, and probably sometime in April, where they would have contacted the police and had some information going on there, right? But they're saying, no, that's not true, right? So really what has happened is their plan, and has been their plan, to have me involuntarily committed. And they're creating a situation right now. First of all, they're saying, hey, you can't take care of yourself, right? You can't do it at all. You can't even hold a job. Mom, you can't do this, is what she's saying. Anyone that loves somebody says, you can do it. You can do it, right? So my daughter's saying, you can't do it, Mom. I'm so sorry. Okay, first indicator right there. They hire an investigator, or they don't hire an investigator. The investigators come over, and they basically run the Gestapo through my whole medical situation, right? My daughter believes I harmed my grandson. I think she's going to say it's medically related, coming off antidepressants or something along the lines of that, which they don't know that whole truth either. But anyway, so nonetheless, that's the point of it. Over here, in my situation, they're going to say, hey, we need to investigate this. And so they ransacked my whole entire medical background. And people say, oh, they can't do that. These people, they actually did, right? My daughter said, hey, Mom, I think you might want to go get checked out, right? Something's not right. All of a sudden, after 3 years and doing an amazing job and helping to raise the kids and just having fun and going to the pool, like goodness, right? Trusting me with the kids when they go away to Mexico, like everything was great, right? So they ransack my whole entire medical background. I go to the doctor to get checked out, and so with that, that doctor, SciMed Solutions, participated and helped these detectives to create what they needed to create, to get what they needed to create. People say it can't happen. It absolutely happened. I went on to SciMed Solutions. From SciMed Solutions, I went into the hospital for some help with anxiety, right? And what happened with that was Carrollton Springs allowed 2 undercover agents to come in and participate in this program. They were able to obtain my responses, my mannerisms, my feature, like everything they were able to capture without my permission or without legal representation. They also worked with the staff there. The whole staff knew that I harmed somebody and treated me as though I harmed somebody, which was really hard to really hard to walk through that, of course, when you just want to scream, I haven't done anything right, I've never. So that was really hard. And the fact that they tried to almost kill me with medications I didn't need, it was purposeful, right? So They work with this doctor, they call him Dr. B, and he was assigned to me at the hospital, so I didn't know him. And in the course of meeting with him 3 times, he basically was asking questions relating to situation with this case. Questions about my daughter and my son-in-law, and it wasn't specific to any of my needs or my care. I never answered any questions relating to the diagnosis that he gave to me. He purposely, intentionally gave me this diagnosis that's called psychotic, right? So I went from anxiety and depression just 4 days before that, and all of a sudden I'm, psychotic. So you can tell from that it's a harmful situation. It just was intended, right? My medications never changed at the hospital. No psychotic medications, right? So it was just it was purposeful, right? So these investigators were getting what they needed. I went to an independent doctor, didn't even call and make an appointment, and I showed up there. They were able to get that doctor to participate in filling in the blanks of what they needed to have, and they did. And Baylor, Scott, and White. So this has been my situation, right? And so these people have come in, they have destroyed my world, they have crippled me, they have, can't get a job, right? Can't get a job, lost my job, and they're gonna say, oh, it was related to attendance. Really, it was, but it wasn't, right? There was a situation where, basically go talk to an attorney to try to get some help, and the attorney already knows, not helping you. Like, it just one thing after another. I'm going to pause for just a minute, and I'm going to say my family wants me to say this stuff because they want me to appear mentally incompetent, mentally sick, right? It is not a case of Diane being anything mentally sick at all. This is a case of Diane being abused, right? I'm being abused. My mental situation's being abused, and I'll tell you why in just a minute here. But so they were able to obtain what they wanted to get, right? And so I've had these investigators on me like the Gestapo. They had access to my home. They had access to my apartment, which I'm guessing they had it before I ever moved in. And there's some situations that could prove that as well, clearly. My phone and my laptop for work. So they created situations, I'm pretty sure. They took somebody that said, hey, my mom harmed my grandson. They went with that. I'm pretty confident that they did everything that they could to destroy my life. And I don't know to what extent that is. I really don't. But as I mentioned in the previous messages, I'm hearing things, right? Not hearing in psychotic. I'm delivering a DoorDash and somebody says something regarding sex offender list and child molester and harm, those things. I'm going to tell you right now, I've never harmed a single person in my entire life, ever, never. Not delusional, not anything. I have not done anything. And so this is a very, very, very upsetting situation. I can't put too many berries in there, and I'm really scared, right? I'm very scared my daughter's going to have me committed. In the course of all of this information, I went to another hospital, and that hospital had me interview via Skype about anxiety symptoms. But what happened was it wasn't about that. It was about something bigger. And what they've determined is that I need long-term treatment. He said, have you ever harmed anyone? I said, no, I've never harmed anybody in my life, right? Right there, they believe I harmed somebody. And what happens is when you harm someone, when you don't harm someone and someone believes you harm somebody, like an institution, they're like, oh, she's schizophrenic. Because she doesn't remember doing it, right? It is nothing like that. And I cannot go into these trenches of this situation. I can't. I haven't done anything. My sister either believes or my sister's trying to harm me by getting me independently committed, right? That's the first step. Independent commitment, right? So the fact that my daughter, she won't help, she's like, oh, you can't do it. It's a really messed up situation, right? So my sister is again reiterating how I'm very, very ill. I'm so very, very ill, right? That's what she's telling all of her friends because they're gonna ditch me over here in the psychiatric ward for my eternal life. Yeah, based on nothing that I've done. maybe based on something they heard I'd done, maybe based on the investigators who have ransacked my life. They may have came to you. Everywhere I go, they seem to have went, right? They go and tell people something, right? And then it changes that situation. And so this has been going on. And so what I do is I really need your help. I need your help to tell me, hey, I've heard this has happened. It's so important, right? You can't just take a human life and give them no legal rights, right? No legal rights. There's no investigation. There's no questioning. There's no anything like that, right? It's just law enforcement coming in like the Gestapo and saying this lady did this stuff, right? We think she did this, right? She harmed her grandson, so she's a child molester, or she is whatever they're saying, and it's not true. Do we just go and believe this, right? They already have me committed in a final institution. This is not fair. Nothing about this is fair. So why is my family allowing this? Why? Why is my family? Why is my best friend allowing this? What's going on, right? What's going on? This is not a case of Diane mental illness, I can assure you. I have not done anything. And if these Gestapo people have set me up for shit, which I suspect they may have done, or my son-in-law, or child harmer haters, people have done shit and I've witnessed it, right? Not participating in it, not just sitting back and listening, right? Sit back and you listen. One municipality, I stayed at a hotel, right? One municipality was basically stating a break-in, right? And the cop just looked at me like he was framing me, like it was a bad situation. And that's what got me, because he was taking a picture of a hole, and the manager's like, oh, that hole has been there for a really long time. So then he looked back and like smiled at me, like saying, aha, we got you. So everywhere I go, there's a municipality. Something's going on, right? And so my level of fear is at my level of my just level. So please, I ask you to help me to help get this figured out. It is so important. I'm not like a dirtbag off the street. They are in the face of my sister. You'll see her post about, oh, my sister's so sick, my sister's so sick. Go get help. Go get help, okay? So that help, you need help. My sister doesn't know that. My sister isn't even here, right? The friends that are posting that, they haven't seen me for a long time. So those people that are posting, go get help, you're mentally ill, that's part of what they're trying to do, right? There's a specific plan that's been set up. And again, this is not mental illness. This is not, people are after me. This is like, hello world. Please listen to what I'm saying, and I need to have your help, and I don't know where I can get it, right? Because everyone doesn't want to believe. That campaign that they're doing, right? You're wonderful, you're great, we love you so much, you would never hurt anybody, to you need help, you are so sick, to you are a piece of shit, stop bothering me and go away. So they're onto that phase of proving Diane's a menace to society. Diane's a menace to society. I don't know what I ever did to somebody to deserve this at all. This is completely a set-up situation. This is beyond that. This is a very, very serious, like, my life situation. And again, I don't know the extent of this. I've just witnessed what I've witnessed, and I've heard what I've heard from the DoorDash people. And I do have one person that told me a little bit of something that I could probably use in the court of law too. But I need someone to come forward. I need you all to come forward and say, this is what we heard. And if you heard something and it doesn't sound anything like anything that I would ever do, please speak up. Please tell me. Please say something, because this is my life. This is my life, right? And my family is not supporting me in any way. They believe something, right? What daughter commits her mother? I think I said I had her when I was 18 years old and I raised her as a single mom. What sister doesn't support her sister? So this is not a case of mental illness by any stretch of it. It's an abuse of mental illness. And I came on early on saying I'm a victim, and I am completely a victim. And I have no idea what's going on forward. I have no idea what was set up. And I'm going to say set up because I'm sensing that. And I just ask, Lord, that I've walked the walk with the Lord from the very beginning, just to be like, hey, if this comes up, my son-in-law, if he pursues, I know that the Lord's got me, right? And I know that the truth always prevails. Whatever, the truth always prevails, right? Unfortunately, in this situation, it's going to cost me my life, right? And I can't imagine God putting me in this position, and to be in this situation for the rest of my life, and I've done absolutely nothing. I have done nothing, and it's a broken record, and it's just, somebody has got to hear my heart, and if somebody legally, I need someone legal to step in and protect my rights. So just to recap, they're getting me involuntarily committed for the purpose of commitment, right? People don't say, oh, you can't do this by yourself. Sure, I can. I can drive for DoorDash. I can do this, right? I'm been around a long time. I've been around in the business world a long time. I've raised her, right? Sometimes we didn't have electric, but I raised her, right? So this isn't making any sense. This is intentional. My sister is intentionally blaming mental illness, right? Purposefully telling her friends, so that when she sends me away, it's because I was mentally ill, and that's not it at all, right? Nobody has given me the opportunity to say anything, right, about that situation or about any other situations that they may have set up, like the one I referenced or the things I'm hearing. So I just ask. I just don't even know what to do at this point, right? So not mental illness. This is a case where I think the judges need to see this. Judges need to hear. Judicial systems need to know this has happened. We don't just stuff people in mental institutions for the rest of their life. All of this needs to just, I am not a danger to anybody, myself, and have never harmed anybody in my entire life. My mama raised me well. And so I just ask, if you're an attorney and you're watching this video, please reach out to me. My birthday's 12/21/64, and I'm in the county of Denton County. And if I do get picked up and institutionalized, I just ask that an advocate group don't listen to what anybody's telling you, because I haven't done anything. It's something that's being said that people must be buying into, and I need someone to love on me and love my heart. And so I thank you again, and I just can't imagine ever being in this situation when you wake up one day. You just wake up, right? And your life is this, right? And it started with your daughter and your son-in-law, right? And there's one other interesting point that I find interesting, is my grandmother in 1964. My grandfather had her committed to an institution for not drinking, or for not stopping to drink whiskey. And I find it really interesting. That was a conversation a couple months ago, and Jennifer asked me to explain it to Jose. And so are they doing this just because Jose's jealous, because he wants me out of his life, because I knew situations that were going on and I was going to tell Jennifer? Like, what situations happened there? And that's what I wanted. That's what I need to know. What's going on? What's going on with that mental health that is creating that? Because we don't do that to our moms, right? We just don't. And I wouldn't normally be speaking of love and kindness, but I don't know that I'm going to have a voice for very long, and I want people to hear my words before I won't be able to have words. And this is completely unfair, and it's unjust, and it is my life. And so this is where I need someone to help, right? I need someone to help. And again, not to do with mental illness, right? Has to do with abuse of somebody with a mental illness. And they're trying to get me to fit into this box of psychotic. Like, you will look psychotic. That's the chemicals. You will be psychotic. You will, it's never happened, ever. And so that's what they're trying to do. And so I just ask God to just bring his heavenly realm of angels around this situation. I've been praying and praying and praying, and I can't figure out why God has me in this position and why I would be institutionalized for not doing anything, right? Or to be institutionalized and be branded a menace to society, because I'm not a menace to society. I love people. I love God. I love to help people. I love my grandbabies. I love my family. I love even though they're doing this to me,
I love life. I love dancing. I love singing. I love all those wonderful things in life. So this is not about mental illness. Not one bit. Not one lick of mental illness is going on here. So I just wanted to explain that. And I thank you for letting me listen. And I am for sure gonna put comments about the municipality, the county, where I'm at, and all of that stuff. And so we're just going to keep on walking forward. That's what God told me to do. Just keep on walking forward with your life, Diane. It's going to work out. But I can't be, I will be killed in an institution, and my brain will be gone. And I haven't done anything, so I don't deserve that. Thank you. I love you all so much. Thanks for touching my heart and my life.